All right.
I don't know. I think we've got our audio bound still too. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit, but hi, folks.
Hey.
Happy Saturday. Welcome to the show. You want to roll the intro there, fella guy? Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach a little gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
Hello. I think I'm over on your other side for the live one. Yeah.
For the live one, you're on this side.
That's right. We're throwing. We don't know what we're doing live. It's
over here.
Normally, I'm over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, because my shirt is backwards on the broadcast as well. Yeah.
All right.
But if on the recording, it would show up.
Yeah.
But you know what I say to that? Meh.
So how was your week?
It was busy. Went quick. It was a weird week. It just, before I knew it, it was Friday and the weekend.
The weekend, that's right. I'm planning this for a while. I just forgot to post it on the page for 4 days because that's what I do. That's what I bring to this team is forgetfulness.
Which is great because, we're both pretty forgetful people. A lot of balls get dropped.
Absolutely.
In the metaphorical sense.
Yes. Well, getting older, sometimes it's...
I guess that happens when you get a little older.
It happens when you get older. That's right.
Well, this is episode 111. And this is, of course, a live episode. We got a little bit of news today, not a ton. And we'll start out with a little housekeeping. First up, we're still privileged to be an affiliate of Buzzsprout. They are giving us a chance to work with them. And, if you want to try this podcasting thing, you get to do cool things like live shows. And, if you got anything to say, you want to get it out on the internet, there's just a million ways you can do it, and Buzzsprout can definitely help you out with that. They make it so darn easy to do this whole podcasting thing. Literally, like I say every week, we have one audio file that we upload to them, and it somehow ends up on 30 podcasting platforms around the world.
We don't know what we're doing.
Bam.
I still can't make these errors go away, Ryan.
No?
I don't know. Hopefully it looks okay on Facebook here. We're a little late now. But yeah, Buzzsprout, we don't have this problem because they make it so easy.
They make it so darn easy.
Facebook does not make anything easy.
Nope. That should be their tagline. Facebook, in the meta, we make nothing easy.
You know where to find that one thing to change that one thing that you need to change? We're going to move it next week. And I'll tell you where it went. Or we'll just take it away.
So how long have we been doing this show now, Rob? Just over 2 years?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Basically, a little before the pandemic, I guess we started. Like 6 months before the pandemic?
Yeah.
Because the pandemic's been 2 years, so...
Like 10 years, I don't know.
I don't know. Time has no meaning anymore.
No. Absolutely.
But Facebook has literally changed the way you upload videos 6 or 7 times in that period. And they just keep making it worse. Like, it's just worse and worse and worse. And they're like, no, it's better. And it's like, no, it's not.
You remember when polls used to work? We used to have polls on the page?
Don't even get me started. That and Joy-Cons.
Yes, that and Joy-Cons.
All right, well, we are Oh yeah, you know what? We got off on a tangent there. I did want to mention if you do want to try out Buzzsprout, we got talking about how bad Facebook is.
Yep,
When we should be talking about how good Buzzsprout
that's
is.
right. That's
Uh,
right.
you know what? If you decide to give them a try, if you sign up with them, if you follow the link that'll be in the show notes, they will send you a $25 Amazon gift card. And you know what? I think I mentioned before. I think it's $15 for like the mid-level, mid-tier like podcasting, and that's the one we use. And we've come close like twice using up our
Hmm.
allotted time for the month. There's one even below us that has about half the time, and you know what? If you wanted to just put out one podcast a month, that would be more than enough for you. I think it's like $10 or $12. Anyways, yeah, it's almost zero risk to try it out. If you click on the affiliate link, register through that, they'll send you the $25 gift card. It's like you spent no money at all. No money at all.
Right.
So yeah, click on the link if you're interested in trying out this podcast thing. The second bit of housekeeping I thought I'd bring up is, you know what? If you're watching us, you like anything we do, tell a friend. We're We've seen the numbers, especially on our YouTube page, they've been just slowly growing, and we're about to hit a milestone of like 100 subscribers, which when you talk about major YouTubers, that's nothing to them. But to us, we were sitting at we were sitting around the 50 mark for so long, and I think we just actually have enough content on our page now that it's actually getting added to the ends of other videos, and we're getting some good click throughs now, and we're gaining people that way, and we're so close to hitting 100 people. So if you have a friend and they wanna and you enjoy us in any way, just tell them, it's like, hey, go join their Facebook page, go join their YouTube page, go join something. They're good guys, and they love your support.
I mean, if you want to lie about us, you can say all those things. But yes, absolutely. Like I never thought we'd get. I remember having like three people subscribe to us on YouTube for quite some time.
And it was like me, you, and my mom. Like,
And my mom wouldn't even
yeah.
subscribe. I don't. I think she still doesn't. So um, that's okay though, Mom.
I heard
Yeah.
she subscribed to your sister's page, though.
I know it hurts.
That's called playing favorites, Rob. That's not cool.
It is. There's a golden child. That's fine. Whatever. All
Well,
right.
let's move on into the news we have, and so in case you've been living under a rock, big things are happening in the Ukraine and Russia, or in the Ukraine from Russia right now. Russia is rolling into the Ukraine, trying to pacify them. I don't know. I'm not getting it. Yeah, I'm not getting into it.
Yeah.
So a lot of countries are doing sanctions, and all the major consoles are on board now. Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation have all stopped selling their consoles, like actively shipping new consoles to Russia, and they've shut down their online services into Russia. So that's kind of good to see.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of support. Um, I don't know if we talked about it last week too, but Elon Musk airdropping those terminals to the Ukraine there and
Yeah, the
getting
Starlink.
Starlink set up.
Yeah,
Yes, you bet.
yeah, that's amazing.
We can't officially get it in Canada yet,
No,
and yeah, he just rushed it out to the Ukraine, which is great because they need it a lot more than we do. But good to see the whole world kind of coming together. I'm going to try and fix my video here, so if I disappear, did that sharpen
hey,
up at all? Kind of.
there we go.
Yeah. All right. I'll try not to move.
Rob, your video's frozen. No, it's not. It's
Oh
just I
no.
can't move. Also, I think, did you share the story or did I? That independent site itchy.io has
Probably
that.
you.
Probably me. Okay. There's an indie PC gaming site, itchy.io,
Hmm?
and they have a they have a bundle in support of the Ukraine right now, much like Humble Bundle usually does. But this is them doing their bundle. But the thing about this is, for a minimum of a $10 donation, you can donate as much as you actually want. But for a minimum of a $10 donation, you get 989 games and apps.
Wow.
For $10. And they're like, it's not just like all stuff you've never heard of. Like half of it is stuff I've never heard of. But the other half, they're all legit games. So the only thing is you play them, you don't get like Steam codes and there isn't an account. You actually have to download them off of the itchy.io servers.
Okay.
And then you got to look after them. You don't get like a serial key and like an account like on Steam. But still, I mean, even if you want to throw $10 that way to show a little support.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Nintendo also, I guess for whatever reason, decided to actually read the room for once. And they've indefinitely delayed the launch of Advance Wars on the Nintendo Switch. It was supposed to come out April 8th, I think.
Right.
And they just they said that oh, I had that article open. Where is it here? In light of recent events, we have made the decision to delay Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Just like I said, they're actually reading the room for once.
Sure. Not a great time to release a game about war, I guess.
Yeah, war and like strategy and yeah. So good on them.
Yeah,
good
absolutely. Joy-Con's still drifting though. But
Joy-Con's still drifting.
Small victories.
So, what else we got here? It looks like Sony is shopping a live-action God of War series around. And it looks like Prime Video is going to be picking it up. With the creators and executive producers of The Expanse heading it up. Which I was like, okay, wow. Like, I love The Expanse. I love everything they did with that show. So I'm pretty optimistic about this being in their hands. I mean, Sony's definitely going all out on their media takeover, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They got cartoons and stuff coming to Netflix. Uncharted's in the theater, and it's actually doing pretty decently.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, monetary wise, review wise, not so good.
Gotcha.
I think it was at a 55 or something on Rotten Tomatoes last time I looked.
Right.
Which is not fresh.
Not fresh at all.
Not fresh at all.
Boy.
So I'd be interested in a live action God of War, especially if they do it up with, just make it in as grand in scope.
If they shoot the whole thing in one continuous shot, just like the video game was, that's
oh man, you know how awesome that would be.
Right, nobody make any mistakes for the entire shoot.
Yeah. So, Microsoft, the website Weekly Famitsu out of Japan did an article about sales of Xboxes in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, Xbox is not sold well in Japan at all, Rob. Kind of almost like the gaming capital of the world.
Yeah, sure.
They have not done well. They have sold 2.3 million Xbox consoles. Not Series X. All the consoles.
Oh, okay.
They actually broke it down here. So 472,000 Xboxes. 1.6 million 360s. 114,000 Xbox Ones.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so far 142,000 X and S, Series X and S. So that's
so all the scalpers are not coming out of Japan for the Microsoft line then.
They are not coming out of Japan.
Okay. Interesting how the biggest number by far was the 360 though, eh?
Yeah.
That's
and not surprising about the One at all. There was no good buzz about that console at all.
No,
like,
no.
Not till the tail end of it.
Yeah. You can see why Microsoft doesn't really push the consoles too much anymore now. It's but yipes.
Right?
I think we probably sold more than that in Edmonton. I would think so.
Right?
Ugh. Good gravy.
If not Edmonton, then the province of Alberta. Like absolutely, we could easily say that number, those numbers have been achieved here.
I mean, we're all rolling in that oil money, right? That's what everyone keeps saying. So we have the money. Sorry, last time I get political ever. That's back to video games.
Back to video games.
Yay! What else happened?
So, what else do we have next? What do we have next? Oh, Sony had a state of play this week.
They did.
It fell on Wednesday there. So the state of play opened up with some footage that literally I was watching the YouTube video and all I saw was Dino Crisis, all caps, exclamations, Dino Crisis.
Yep.
And it was not Dino Crisis. It's a new IP from Capcom called Exoprimal. And it looks like it's a wave shooter with and you have mechs. Like you're in a battle mechs. Personal sized ones, not like, building sized ones. And yeah, it looked pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Capcom can make a thing about dinosaurs just work, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. They also showed the Diofield Chronicle, which looks like Project or Triangle Strategy PS5 edition.
Right.
It's done in that whole two. It's a it's a tactic style game done in that 2.5D that they call that.
That's what the kids are calling it.
Square Enix seems to love so much.
They do.
A lot of Square Enix stuff at the event. That's for sure. There was they announced Valkyrie Elysium, which is apparently a sequel to the Valkyrie series. I'm not really familiar with that one, but a lot of people seem to be pretty excited about that. They also announced that Returnal is getting a co-op mode, and a whole bunch of there's going to be a new area that has a tower style where you work through the levels of the tower. Like you fight bosses and clear out levels and keep moving your way up.
Right.
Like,
is that
like a tournament? Screen
co-op they have, or did they not have any co-op at all before?
No co-op at all before. They never said whether it's online only or split screen or what.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, there's
one of those. Sorry, I was just gonna say it's one of those games I've never tried, obviously, because I don't have a PS5. So I was like, oh, are they just adding co-op at all? Because that seems like something that would be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They showed some more footage of Ghostwire Tokyo, and that game still looks like it could be pretty darn good.
Right.
Another Bethesda game that's still like licensed to Sony, I guess.
Right. They're running out of those.
They showed a bunch more gameplay footage of Forspoken, which is going to be a PlayStation exclusive. And literally the day before that, they announced that it's being pushed out to October because it was actually supposed to come out in May, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so it's been pushed out to October.
Tis the season. Pushing out the video games.
Team Ninja is having a what's that style of game called? That's like Hyrule Warriors, like
big slashy.
Yeah, but that's based on another famous title.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you bet.
So they're doing another Dynasty Warriors type game.
Okay.
But it's going to be a Final Fantasy Origin game called Stranger of Paradise. So. But
okay.
That actually comes out here right away. March 18th.
Interesting.
Yeah. They showed this. It's going to be a free-to-play multiplayer shooter set in the Gundam universe, where you're playing it, in the giant Gundam robots.
Watch your mouth. That's Gundams are robots, right? That's okay.
Well, human controlled mechs, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now the one thing that actually I said cowabunga about was
look at you. Look at you.
I was literally sitting right here, Rob. Cowabunga!
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Royale. Is that not what you're talking about? No?
Not what I'm talking about at all.
Okay.
They announced that there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection coming.
Yeah. Yep, there sure is.
And it's literally got it all. Like, looking at the list of the stuff here, it's got all the console stuff plus the 2 arcade titles. As far as I can tell, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's 13 games.
Now, it's kind of funny that PlayStation added this to their little state of play there, because it's not an exclusive or anything.
It's coming out to everything.
It's coming out to everything.
But they were the first to announce it, I guess, so that's kind of big on it, so.
Yeah. What else we got here? Gigabash, which is it's a kaiju fighter, they called it, where you play as giant monsters fighting in cities.
Kind of a theme.
Yeah.
It's like everything's giant robots, giant monsters, and turtles. Yeah.
The one you mentioned there, that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. It's actually a PS3 game that's being remastered for the PS5.
Right.
I'd never heard of it before. And lastly, there's a game called Trek to Yomi, which is a black and white side-scrolling samurai fighting game.
It looks beautiful, actually.
It looked amazing. Also, I just read yesterday that this is coming to Game Pass day and date. So...
Yeah.
So it was a not bad state of play. That's all the major stuff really talked about. But yeah, no real big surprises. I mean, it's kind of bad when my biggest pleasure out of that was the TMNT collection.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's missing things like God of War update. You and I were talking about the PSVR. They did mention that wasn't going to get talked about, but
yeah.
I mean, honestly, they could have thrown something in. It wasn't. It wasn't like they didn't have the space in the show, but
yeah.
Sony's gonna Sony. They'll still.
I think they just want to
do.
I think they just want to put something out.
Yep.
What's the next big exclusive coming from Sony? Because literally we just had We just had Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo come out.
Right, right.
So I can't even think of anything else that. I mean, God of War is supposed to come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battler?
that's coming out in March, Rob. So again, what else they got coming?
What else they got? Yeah, I really don't know.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, that's all the stuff from that. So Rockstar announced this week the pricing for the GTA 5 new gen remasters. And I just thought it was worth noting because for 3 weeks you can buy the game for, I think it's $9.99 US.
Okay.
On PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets you the full version of the game. Because you can buy remasters of the game and then the online. And also, if you have PS Plus, you get 3 months free of the online. I guess if you don't buy it in the full, I don't know. This is all very confusing. But the big note is that, for $9.99 American, so $24 Canadian. I don't know. I don't know what the conversion is anymore.
Yeah, no, it's both our dollars are tanking pretty good, so
Yeah. So yeah, for $9.99 American, you can buy it on PlayStation, or you can pay $29.99 on Xbox and PC. There's no exclusivity deal like that.
Yep.
So I honestly thought that this would show up on Game Pass. This version of it, right?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's just funny they just keep getting more and more out of this GTA 5 license, right? Like this is passing Skyrim for available on most things here.
Right? I'm actually getting sick of seeing those memes
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, it's been for 3 generations now. Like,
Yep. Yep. So yeah, for anyone who's excited for that, that's a thing.
excellent. So March 10th happened this week, Rob. And you know
Right.
what March 10th is?
It's Mario Day.
It's Mario Day.
Nintendo celebrated by taking like $3 off their 6-year-old first party games.
Yeah. Actually, the best deal I saw was on Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, they're not afraid to take money off of that game, but
Mm-hmm.
every year it's like, hey, now you can get Mario 3D World for only $58, like,
Yeah,
or 54 or whatever it was. It's like Nintendo does not do sales on Mario games, on
they
first
do
party
not.
Mario games.
They do not. Did you do anything to celebrate?
Not at all. I forgot it was a thing until the day after when I saw the post on our page, and I'm like, oh yeah, March 10th.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I played a little Super Mario World.
Oh yeah.
Just back to the. That's my favorite one. Just I don't know. I think it's.
Absolutely.
I mean, besides the original, I think it's the one I put the most time into.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe I'll play some Mario Teaches Typing here to celebrate the week. The greatest of all Mario games.
Yes. I've never even.
Or
I always mean to look up videos on that just to see how horrible it is.
it's something. I mean, it was a thing. There was a period of time where Mario would get licensed on and stuff, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's." I'm surprised that was a license. It's like the Mario game for CDI, that Hotel Mario.
Right.
Wouldn't see that nowadays.
No. So, all right. And last bit of news we have here is Atari got in on the whole purchasing corporate takeovers, and
Yeah.
they took over Mobygames, which looks like it's more of a community than like a gaming site, right?
Yeah, it's like a big database. It's a video game database, so they got a lot of history in there and used for a lot of video game apps like collecting apps and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. So
first off, like where did Atari get 1.3 million? Um, I think they sold 14 VCSs,
right.
which I mean is still more 14 more than Intellivision's going to sell the Amico, but maybe 13 because I'll be the guy who still has his in. But very interesting.
Yeah. So just something to keep an eye on, just to see what they end up doing with that. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like it's a streaming service or anything, right? Like it just
yeah,
it's just a
yeah.
database, like database and community.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe they're just trying to embrace, their part in that whole history, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone knows any more about the acquisition, please let us know
Yeah.
at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
Make us grumpy,
I
gmail.com.
plugged the email address. So proud of myself. Yeah, that's about it for the week.
Yeah.
We miss anything?
I don't think so. I think that's all the stuff. So, Rob, why don't you tell us what you've been playing this week?
Well, this week I started playing some Far Changing Tides, which yeah, I can't believe I didn't do the first one, which was Far something else.
Lone Sales.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, evidently that one was all desert.
Yeah.
Or all, yeah, this one's all water. It's you start off with the game and you're following this big pool of water, and you've got to kind of just swim up to the top, and then everything you're doing is traversing water, and it's beautiful game. Like this, it's really great storytelling. They really don't hold your hand into what you're supposed to do right off the bat. Like you're just trying to figure out like what happened, why am I here, how do I go from A to B, and it's just all environmental puzzles, and it's great so far. Really enjoying it.
So, in Far Lone Sales, I just finished that last month.
Okay.
I picked it up over Christmas because it was on sale on the Switch for like pennies. it was
Mm-hmm.
it was a pretty good sale, and it was about a 4.5 hour game experience.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, and basically, you're in a vehicle traversing like a desert,
Okay.
and it's got a sail. Your sail is
Mm-hmm.
is one of the major ways that you transport, and also you have like a steam engine in it as well.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and basically you're trying to make it to the ocean,
Okay.
and then you drive your
Okay.
vehicle into the ocean, and that's where the game ends.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah,
maybe explains the beginning of this one.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
you've got a boat with a sail, and then you get an engine, and yeah. So
So also basically like so you'll be burning through the desert, and like there'll be like you basically always seem to come to like walls or
yep.
buildings or something,
Yep.
and but you get out and you do your little puzzle, and then it lets you through, and sometimes you get a new ability for your vehicle,
Sure. Yep.
and
Yep. It sounds like they've stuck with the same gameplay style
yeah.
to a T there. So,
But yeah,
but it's great.
it's gorgeous, great mood.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to actually I tried to get on this and try this, but I didn't get around to it. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So for anyone who's interested, it's on Game Pass. Beautiful game. Really enjoying it so far. I'm about 4 hours in, so
Hmm.
maybe it's a little bit longer, or I'm just bad at puzzle games, which both could be true.
Well, that's what I was trying to factor in. For me, it was like a 4 to 5 hour experience, but some of the puzzles I got really stuck. One of them I even had to actually look up something on the web because I was like, okay, there's definitely something I am not getting here. But, and like you said, no hand holding whatsoever.
No, there were a couple things in the beginning where I was just like, okay, well, they're glowing, so I've got to do something with them. Yeah, and the repairing mechanic I discovered accidentally. It's like, yeah. But great game. Check it out. And the other one, I started playing Guardians of the Galaxy because it's on Game Pass. And wow, I actually just you start in the beginning of the game as 13-year-old Star-Lord. And I just sat there and I listened to music for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like the jukebox feature of it's amazing. Not great for streaming.
Nope.
Nope. We broke all our records for having copyright strikes on it there. But
I think of the 25 parts I did, I think only 2 don't have copyright strikes in them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, great atmosphere in the game. Looks fantastic. Everything you said about the game, like you've praised it quite a lot. So
yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, and on Game Pass it's free.
So
go try it out. How about you? What you been playing?
Well, I have been playing a lot more Frostpunk still.
Right. Yeah.
It's my happy game.
Yeah, absolutely. What's not to be happy about Frostpunk?
So I've actually finished the main campaign and I've started the scenarios now, which I never realized were. Well, I was talking with Brent about it. He said they added these in after, because I swear when I played it the first time there was like the main game, and then there was endless modes, and I don't remember seeing scenarios there before. And he said so I haven't even got to the DLC yet because now I'm playing through these scenarios. So, still having fun with that. I started playing. The next game I'm playing and streaming off PS5 is Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. I think I've posted 4 or 5 episodes of that now. What a great game! Like if you played the remaster that came out, or the remake remaster that came out in 2016 there, and so the gameplay doesn't stray far from that so far as I can tell. But imagine taking that game and just adding all the cool stuff that the PS5 does on top of that. Like you got the haptics in the controller with the triggers and man, like the detail in this game, like not only does it look like you're playing a cartoon all the time, but you know when you're shooting guys, like bits of armor are falling off of them, and it's not just like bits of armor fall off and nothing disappears off the guy. Like you shoot him and like you see his shoulder piece fall off, and and then a bit of his chest piece will fall off, and like the detail in this game is just insane. They put a lot of crazy love into it, and I'm not gonna lie, like playing it, like a huge part of it is playing with the DualSense controller.
Sure.
Like they utilize a lot of the half trigger pulls for stuff. Like as an example, there's like a grenade that you get, and so you give it a half pull, and it gives you the aiming, like how far you're gonna throw it, and then you can adjust that, just with your reticule, and then you fully pull it to throw it. Or there's like a shotgun where you half pull it, and it just shoots off one barrel. But then if you fully pull it, it'll shoot off 2 and then do the reload. But if you do 2 half pulls, it's quicker than doing a full pull. And then your main gun, there's like if you half pull it, it's called precision mode, and it's a slower like pew pew pew, so that you don't you can aim in between the shots, right? But then if you fully pull it, it's like it's a rapid fire, and you're a little crazier with the gun. So some really cool stuff that they're utilizing with this. Like it's pretty cool.
Right on.
Having a lot of fun with that.
Sony needs to get those games to PC. I know they're
Yeah.
starting to do it, like with Horizon, and they're talking about God of War, I think, as well. But
No, God of War is out on PC.
is it out on PC
Yeah.
already? Oh,
Yeah.
well, never mind then.
Yeah. But still, like, Horizon and God of War, these are, what, 4 or
Yep.
5-year-old games already.
Yep, you
Yeah,
bet.
they need to close that window a bit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'd love to play this game, but I just can't.
Yeah.
Can't and won't be buying a PlayStation 5, right? So I know that they want to keep pushing the console, but it's not easy to find one.
But yeah, I'm gonna play through this, and if you want to check out my streams. They're on Twitch for a couple weeks before they get booted off there, and then I upload them to our YouTube page as well. So if you want to see my playthrough of that, see how horrible I am at at these action platformers.
I keep forgetting we have a Twitch channel.
Yeah,
Ryan has the password. I never use it, if even if I knew the password. So Ryan's up on all the latest technology and what the kids are doing.
So they just updated the app in the Xbox as well. You know, if you want to just stream you playing some Forza 5. Like, I don't have a mic going or anything. I'm just straight streaming the stuff, right? But be surprised. Like, a couple times now, I've had like 3 or 4 people watching me play Ratchet and Clank as I'm going. Once in a while,
nice.
someone will just say hello and just keep watching. Like, no negative experiences so far.
Oh, good.
Every time you die dumb, I'm like, oh, please don't say anything.
You sucks.
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah. So I gave moving on to my next game here. The free game on PS Plus this month for the PlayStation 5 was Ghost Runner, which is an FPS or a first person action game where you're this like cybernetic ninja.
Best kind of ninja.
And you're zipping around, killing people, very gory, very quick, very action oriented. I hated this game.
Oh dear.
Okay. I was never a big fan of. I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Mirror's Edge. I was never a big fan of Mirror's Edge, with the like first-person parkouring.
Yeah, you bet.
So this one, it takes it to a whole other level. Mirror's Edge was easy compared to this game.
Okay.
Like you actually have to do like parkour jumping or dash jumping like around corners and just it's too much for me. My first person games have to be very specific for me to like them. And and that really just usually falls into like the shooters, like the Battlefields and Apex Legends and stuff. Like, okay, that's fine but I even bounced off of Outer Worlds a bit because if it had just been all action, that's fine. But when you start adding in the platforming, I don't find first person platforming fun in the least.
No, me neither. It's not intuitive. It's
no. So this one, like, and I'm sure, like, I put an hour into it. I gave it a good try. It wasn't. I was almost done after 10 minutes, but I'm like, okay, this has just got to be the tutorial stuff. They're showing you how hard it can get, but no, it didn't get any better. It got worse. Like it seemed to be 3/4 platforming, wall running, dash jumping stuff. And then dodging and getting in close enough to someone to like slash them a couple times. And I kind of like, from what I'd read, I just wanted to have like basically like a hack and slash in first person is what I wanted to play, but it was not that.
Sure.
Not that at all. Like. So yeah, I immediately deleted that off my hard drive and it will just sit in my PlayStation collection forever now, never to be played
Sure.
again.
Never to be played again.
Last up, we have so how often do you check your games with gold on Xbox?
Almost never.
Do you get
I forget it. I forget it's a thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So I just I was going through the Game Pass library on the console, and they have like a direct link to your games with gold. I'm like, oh, what are these this month? And usually it's like 4 games. One of them I've probably heard of. Like I think last month it was like Lego Batman 3 was the one I'd heard of. And then the other 3 I was like, all right. So this month there's 3 games, and one of them is Aerial Knights Never Yield. So I don't know if you've it's Aerial Knight. Aerial Knight is the guy who created it, is his name. And then Never Yield is the game. And they made a big deal about it a couple Nintendo Directs ago. It was on the Nintendo Direct that it was coming to the Switch.
Oh.
And it's basically a side-scrolling infinite runner game. And yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. It's got a little story to it. It's a like a futuristic feel to it.
Sure.
So you don't use buttons for your jumping or anything. It's all done with the controller. So you push up for jump, down for slide, forward for dash, and then if you pull back, you do this like sideways roll. Like you kind of do a half jump and like vault over stuff, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So it, you know what? If you remember to go in there and check it, like it kind of reminded me of that. What was that game that you and I were playing and competing? What was it? Pitfall on our phones way back in the day.
Wow, okay,
Remember that,
you bet.
that kind of infinite runner? It's like that, and but I don't know it. I don't know, and I thought it was only doing this for the beginning, but kind of when you have something that you gotta do, like run, jump, or it actually kind of slows down just a little bit, so that you're not like, it doesn't actually get faster. It doesn't seem like it seems like it, like maybe it'll get faster and give you a little less time, but to kind of ease you into the game, like to get you used to the jumping, dashing, and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's if it's a game you're gonna get for free anyways, you know, add it to your library.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I totally forgotten with Game Pass being what it is, you just forget that games with gold is still a thing.
Yeah, and they're still giving stuff out. So I was just shocked, because usually it's like old 360 games and like,
right, yeah.
you know, yeah. Like just seems like just all throwaway stuff all the time. And then I was looking, I was like, oh, this is something that actually just came out last year, and like an indie title, and like it seems weird that this wouldn't be in Game Pass, which it's not. So if you want to give it a try, that's the only way to do it. So,
and there you go.
And that's all I've been playing. And we're not going to do a separate spotlight, right? Because you kind of talked about it already, or?
Yeah. The big thing with is that Ryan and I can both heartily recommend. We talked about Guardians of the Galaxy being out for Game Pass. Give it a try if you got it, because
as our Game Pass spotlight game this week, yeah.
Yeah, it is fantastic. Even the soundtrack, just for the soundtrack, if you're of our generation, you really, really appreciate it. And the game was compared to the other Square Enix Marvel's-based game, was a real redemption story. So
absolutely. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're going to put some time into it?
I think so, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Have you got into some actual fights with the team yet, or
just barely? Just barely. Okay. I got through a bunch of the story, and then I just landed on the thing, and I'm down there, and they're tutorialing me. So
gotcha. That first planet where they kind of show you the first abilities that each of the people can do, right?
You bet.
Gotcha.
You bet.
Okay. Good stuff.
I spent way too much time just going through the jukebox on the ship. So
yeah. I also because you does the flashback happen early on where you're just 13-year-old Star Lord, or has that come yet? Did that happen already?
yeah, I think that was fairly early, where it's your mom comes in the bedroom and
Yeah,
it's
man.
your birthday and
I spent so much time going through that house. I clicked on
Mhm.
everything, read everything. Like it
Did
was,
you notice he had a ColecoVision?
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
I did.
It's, I
How
was looking
awesome
down
was
there. I'm
that?
like, oh, Space Fury and Berserk, and I
Uh
had all
huh.
these games. Yeah,
I kept clicking on it. I'm like, oh, please let them have put the little sub game in here or something, right? But
yeah.
it didn't work.
No, no.
It didn't work.
That would have been easy because who is it who has ColecoVision rights now? Someone who has nothing to do with gaming. I remember
Oh,
I was telling the story before, but I'll just do it again quick. Where the ColecoVision had a set of modules that you could expand onto your ColecoVision. One was the trackball, one was the steering wheel, one was the Atari thing, which we used to play ET back
right.
in the day.
Yeah.
But they had been making a super module, which right about when they went under, thanks to the Atom computer. And years later, people, I can't remember which company it was, but someone came upon the plans for it. And basically, what it did is that the Atom had more RAM, more voice channels than the ColecoVision did, because being a computer and coming out after. So the super module actually gave you that extra RAM, the extra voice channels, and it let you play games like you would have on the Atom. It was kind of like the supercharger for the Coleco, supercharger being the Atari add-on that played cassettes, which hopefully some people remember other than me. Um, so this company actually did some research, and they wanted to go to the company that bought the rights to ColecoVision, and they found them, and they asked if they could you give us the approval to make this an officially licensed product, and they said, wow, we own Coleco. um okay, sure. So you could buy, and I got to find out who it is. I'll put it on the page someday, but you could get this officially licensed ColecoVision add-on module in 2022. It was, I think it's been out a few years, but you could still buy it in 2022.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was just the idea that some company that owns the rights to a gaming company that has been around forever. I mean, Coleco used to be huge. They weren't just,
Yeah.
for anyone who remembers, like Cabbage Patch Kids, and
Yeah.
I mean, Coleco was into everything. And
Did did they make like helmets? Or am I like way off? Like
like,
hockey helmets?
I don't believe so. No,
Okay.
there's another company that sounds like them. I
Okay.
think I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah, okay.
they made lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my little story for the day.
Are you gonna actively pursue one of those? Or
No, no.
no?
The Collector Vision Phoenix, the FPGA thing I picked up, which plays it, actually has that built in.
Oh, okay.
So the games you put in, you can put in the ROMs for those enhanced games. Like yeah, I bought a bunch of them there. They have like Galaga and a variety of other games to take advantage of that. So
Oh, okay, perfect.
yeah, yeah, you bet.
Cool.
But
Very
they're
cool.
hard to find. The actual expansion module, the super module, it's hard to find, and it's expensive. So
Right, right.
yeah,
Only for the true collectors.
that's right. I can't afford that kind of true collector for ColecoVision, but
All right. Well, anything making you grumpy this week, Rob?
no, no,
No.
I'm happy as could be.
I'm gritting through my teeth.
So very happy.
Please look at me smiling. All right. Well, Rob, if that's all you gotta say, then that's all I gotta say. Um, we can wrap this episode up. We can Looks like we have 1 or 2 people on the YouTube channel. I don't know. I wasn't watching the Facebook feed there. I'm not sure if anyone joined us, but
I can't tell. Probably, maybe.
Maybe.
My keyframe rate's still too low.
Gotcha.
Whatever that means.
Well, thank you anyone who joined us tonight. You know, we like doing these live ones because you never know what could go wrong. You know, I could knock my USB hub and be off the air again for 5 minutes as I get things working, or
absolutely, that was a good time.
Any of a number of things, but you know, if you want to check out more of our stuff, we have a website, thegrumpyoldgamers.com. That's where we post all of our original stuff. If you're watching us on Facebook, you already know that's where we post news, and you can just find us, the Grumpy Old Gamers. Search the Grumpy Old Gamers. We have our main page, and we have a forum page where people go and post their memes, ask their questions. You know, a lot of good interactions there.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, if you want to contact us, if you have a game you want to see us play, retro or new or whatever, you can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Yeah, if you got a question about games or whatever, just want to say hey.
You want to talk about the Intellivision? We'll do that too.
Yeah, well, Rob will. He's much more knowledgeable about that than I am. Or if you want to ask me Nintendo questions,
there you go.
I got a pretty good grasp on all things Nintendo. And I covered that. I think that's it. Hey,
I think so.
I think that's all. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight, and hope you can join us again next week. We'll see you.
Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Now, usually before we would hit pause.